Hi, this is Gab Goldenberg of conversionrateoptimization.co, and I am joined by Kartik Chidambaran, of dccap.com, who are a Magento development and marketing agency. And they were actually gold sponsor recently at Magento's biggest show of the year, Imagine, in Las Vegas. Kartik, thanks for joining me.
Oh, hi, Gab. Nice to meet you. And yeah, thanks for having me in your show. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you guys who don't know, Kartik's agency has been doing this for a while. They have a lot of clients throughout the US. And we're going to talk today about some of the awesome results that they've achieved for their clients, especially in terms of conversion rates, case studies, optimizing that, increasing their sales, as well as SEO work they've done that has obviously increased the organic traffic. And we'll get into the juicy tactical detail of how they did that. So, Kartik, thanks a bunch for sharing. And let's talk about DXC Medical and what you guys did for them, what were the problems they came to you with, and how did that develop?
No, definitely, right. I think DXC Med is a great client. They are actually owned by a bigger entity called Sarnova, which is a large private equity firm.
Sure.
Before I kind of get into the details of what actually we did for them, it'll be kind of interesting to chat about how we acquired that customer.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting.
No, that's always a common thing, which gets asked, right?
Yeah.
For instance, we were actually working with another client called PDC Healthcare.
Okay.
It was again owned by a large private
Private
equity firm.
equity.
And the CIO of that company was a really sweet person by name Feroz Bilgrami.
Okay.
So he was there at PDC Healthcare. He did a great turnaround of the company, and he moved on to another company called Bread, which is again in the medical devices space,
Okay.
which is again owned by the same private equity firm.
Okay.
And then I was meeting him, and we did a lot of work with Feroz at his previous organization. And then he said, okay, there's another sister company of ours. They need some help in Magento, and they are running Magento. So can you guys help? And they are also kind of stuck on their SEO and stuff. I said, why not, right? I mean, I think referrals like this is great.
Sure.
So Feroz actually made an introduction for us to the CIO of DXC Med and AED. And then, the warm leads are always great. And, we in fact had the closure in less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
We signed the contract and we started working for them, right?
That's fantastic.
Absolutely, right. And I think, it was really interesting and, it's really nice, whatever you do, it kind of helps in conversion and helps increase the traffic. That's the best feel you get, when you work with a customer. So what we did for them is, we actually did an upgrade because they were in a very old version of Magento.
Okay.
And we wanted to upgrade to the latest version because that was more stable and everything. And once we did that, that kind of alleviated a lot of the challenges they had, and we were in a better position to handle the site. And then,
Interesting.
we started doing some A/B testing and campaigns. Okay, let's play with this banner, or let's play with the other banner and see what is really happening, and also definitely improving their checkout process, right?
Sure.
That was another important thing, right? So, for instance, you do a checkout, and it should be a seamless checkout. So, little
Right.
things like this, we did. I'm just making sure that the meta tags and everything were, appropriate, and there were no broken links in the site and things like
100%.
that. Yeah, it's just some basic stuff, right? So they say common sense is not common. So all we did was something, very common stuff. And
Exactly.
that, I mean, I'm very proud, right? So that actually helped them increase their conversion rate by about 20%.
Wow, that's
And
very
their
nice.
organic search increased by about 44%. So that's been, fantastic and very rewarding as well. So.
That's definitely a nice win. So let's talk about the details of the A/B testing, right? What was the research that you guys did, and then what hypotheses did you come up with for improving their conversion rate?
No, definitely, right. See, actually, we sat down with the customer, understood, what the best-selling products were,
Yeah.
And okay, you have a checkout at a particular position, or you have a checkout at a different position. Okay, you kind of compare the results. Okay, this is giving a better conversion, or this is giving a
What do you
better
mean
conversion.
different positions for the checkout? Sorry to interrupt.
For example, at different locations in the page, right? So you have, okay, add to cart at a certain
Ah,
position
yes.
in the
Okay.
page, and then you have an add to cart at another place in the screen.
I get it. So you
And
added a second add to cart button lower down as well, or you just moved the first one to be in a different place?
the first one to be in a different place.
Okay. Where did
Then
where did you move it? What was the reasoning?
so we just wanted to try different things, right? So it's
Okay.
not like, yeah, so okay, the product is right there. Okay, you add the add to cart right there, and then you have the description of the product, and you add the add to cart, towards the end of the page, and what kind of difference is it making, and things like that.
Interesting.
So that's what we actually did. But then, the client was also very supportive in
Yeah.
terms of, helping us understand the business, right? Okay, what's the target audience
Sure.
and things like that. They were actually using and still continue to use another agency
Yeah.
for their SEO and paid advertising and all that. So we didn't really want to disturb that part of the equation,
Sure.
because they said that it's going fine, and I think that relationship is good. When relationships are good, we don't really want to break it. So
Of
that's why we
course.
just continue to do that, and we'll help you with this part of the equation with the hardcore Magento stuff and things like that. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. And you mentioned that you upgraded them to a newer version of Magento. What did you see that was a problem with the older version that you thought you would solve by upgrading?
See, I mean, definitely some of the security patches, Magento keeps improving every day, right? So,
Sure.
and then all of the security patches and even performance. I think that's another thing I forgot to mention about, right? So that really helps in conversion. And when we kind of started, they were hosted with another
Hosting
hosting
company.
partner, and then we moved them to another hosting partner,
Okay.
and
And that was faster.
that was definitely faster. And yeah, and that really helped. And moving to the latest version of Magento definitely helped solve some of the performance issues as well.
Fantastic. So what about, I mean, if they had an external agency that was helping them with the SEO, what exactly did you guys do specifically that really helped them to increase their organic traffic 44%?
No, definitely. So, for instance, performance is one big thing we improved on, which definitely played a very a critical role in increasing the organic search. We
Uh,
fixed the meta tags and all the URL page titles and everything. We
uh,
actually had another agency for paid search, not for
I see.
organic.
Yeah.
That agency was managing the advert campaigns and all that, right? So that's what that agency was doing. Yeah. So we helped with the meta tags, URL redirects, and all that. Yeah.
Right. Cleaning up the structure, the technical side of the SEO equation.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, very nice. And you guys also have another very interesting case study in terms of SEO with Redburn Pet Products. How did that come about? What problems did they come to you with? What goals did they have?
No, definitely. That was another very interesting client as well, actually. So we met them at Imagine 2015, and that's how they came about. And then, we had a conversation. They were in Long Beach, and we have an office in Long Beach as well. So it was right in our alley. So it kind of made it a lot easier. And when we talked to the client, they had a lot of broken links,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of stuff which was not working on the SEO perspective on their site, and they were trying to solve that problem for a while.
Okay.
And then we came to work with them, and what we did was we kind of took care of the indexing by the search engine bots,
Okay.
and we also eliminated the crawl errors and the meta title duplications,
Sure.
and we created a robust linking structure
Okay.
and site maps and stuff like this, and that really helped increase their, actually it also increased their online sales by about 25% after we did it
Wow.
on the period. And the client gave an excellent testimonial for us, and we have also published a case study on our website. Really
Wow.
nice to check it out. Yeah, I think that was an awesome experience as well.
That's really remarkable. Okay, well, we'll give the link to that below this video so people can go and get all the details further on that case study, because I think, a lot of the time, especially when it's not a brand new company, but it's a store that's existed for a few years, they've already got a reputation, they've got the links. It's less the link building side of the SEO equation that they need help with. It's the technical side, right? They have 5 years worth of catalogs and half of the products are no longer in inventory and it's this whole big mess. How do you direct the page rank to the right pages? How do you make sure the right pages are getting indexed? How do you, just maximize what you already have there by doing a technical cleanup, right? Getting rid of the old and the broken and essentially putting a fresh coat of paint. Not graphical paint, but code paint into that website.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Yeah. See, I also strongly believe, right? It's just not the SEO, or it's just not, what you see in terms of the Google rankings and all that. It's just the overall experience the customer gets, when he
Sure.
enters your site, and the look and feel. Everything matters, and how fast you process the order, and how good the customer service is. All this also plays a very critical role in conversions, right? So they say
100%.
the best advertisement is word of mouth. Okay, I
Exactly.
had a great experience purchasing in your site. I'm going to recommend to your friend,
Yeah.
and then your friend goes to Google and searches, and then he gets a site, but maybe he found your site on Google, but the actual reference came from a customer.
Exactly. They've already heard about the shops that are more likely to click through in Google results.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So what are some common things that you guys see Magento merchants failing to do, but that would be easy wins for their conversion rate?
That's a great question, right? So I think a lot of clients, they think that, I think the bigger companies or the mid-sized retailers don't really do this. They actually have a team, they invest on the platform, right? So it's not like, you get a Magento platform and that's going to just solve all your problems in day zero. So
Right.
that's not going to happen. You
Right.
really have to invest in your platform, and you have to invest in your people.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, I think, what I've seen customers do is, okay, they get the site and they do it, but they don't really maintain it.
Sure.
And then there will be some broken links, or you definitely need a developer, or you just need to manage it yourself. There are actually great technical blogs out there, or there are actually great marketing blogs as well. And you have to keep trying different things. And that's, I think, what sometimes, I find customers don't do. And that's what, we or any other agency helps them achieve, right? Where, okay, so the best practices, you do this, and, we'll try it. And all problems cannot be solved in day one, even if you work with an agency like us.
Right.
So it's a process, and, it does take a little bit of time. But then, investing in the right people, that makes a big difference.
Sure. 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 So, um, have you worked with the checkout aspect, with optimizing the checkout, with running A/B tests on the checkout for any of your merchant clients?
So definitely, so most of the clients, we work with are more in the mid to large size enterprises.
Yeah.
And, they are very passionate about their business as well, and they have a lot of different ideas. And, it's always constant learning, both for us and for the client. Yeah, we have improved the checkouts for a lot of clients. In fact, there was a recent example, right, where there was this customer called Legalese. They are, small to mid-sized merchant. So every time they placed an order, in the back end, it was kind of giving them three orders,
Okay.
right? So, for example, you click it once, and it
It
just
ran 3 times.
yeah, three times, and it was a very frustrating problem for them.
Clearly.
But then, we got in, and, what we did was something very simple, right? As soon as you click it once, that
Process
button just
terminated.
fades away. Yeah, it just fades away. So you
Ah,
can't really click it again, So most of the times, what was actually happening was people were clicking it three times.
I get it.
Yeah, you just do a small click, and then it fades away. You can't click it again. and then you just get one order. So it was just a very simple thing we did, but that actually solved the problem.
Very nice. So it was basically the site was running slowly, and people didn't realize that they had successfully added to cart because they weren't getting any feedback.
Exactly, when you exactly check out, right? So when you click the checkout button, okay,
Right.
sorry, the place order button, yeah. So
Right.
when you click
Add to
on the
cart.
place order button,
Yeah.
so it just goes 3 times, and
It
then
goes through time.
yeah. So it was a very, very simple thing, and but then that's all the problem, yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. And also that could clearly upset their customers if they're being charged 3 times or they have to then go to the credit card processing companies each time to cancel 2 out of 3 orders. That's obviously going to be a big headache.
No, absolutely not just an headache. It also costs them a ton, right? So every time I think the credit card companies have their own fees, yeah.
Clearly, clearly. Okay, very cool. What are some other cool projects you guys have recently worked on? Some nice problems you've solved for your customers?
No, definitely, right? So in fact, Charming Charlie is one of our biggest customers.
Yeah?
I think they have more than 400 retail locations, and we help them with their Thanksgiving sale for the last year and even the year before.
Yeah? What
So
did
we're
you do?
excited about. We have a good sized team with them, right? So we have a few developers, and we do a lot of quality analysis work for them. This is another thing, I think, you also asked me a question of what are some of the common mistakes people try to what are
That
some
you
of the
try to
common mistakes,
fix?
right? They don't really, yeah, exactly. They don't really invest on QA.
Ah,
And that's very important.
it
But
is.
Charlie is, very, very clear on their process. It's actually fun working with them. They do a lot of investments on QA. In
That's
fact,
great.
we have a dedicated QA team working with them as well.
Wow.
Help them, okay, how is the site performing? Are there any other issues and things like that? You should definitely check out their site as well, charmingcharlie.com. But then, we augment their work. They have a team as well. They have a fairly good sized team, and we augment that. And, that's been a great partnership for us.
Fantastic. So what do they check for in their quality assurance process?
They check for a lot of things, in terms of the speed, the load testing, the number of orders. They are a high traffic site, and they
Yeah.
are a really big success story in Magento. And okay, how many orders can we handle at the same time and things like that. They keep working on it. They're very
Okay.
good at it. Yeah.
Okay. It's in terms of the servers and the load balancing, all that sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. And another great story for us is also the BRG brand, right? Like the Rydell sporting helmets and all that. So we actually made their site responsive. That was another interesting
Oh wow.
project we did. So
Okay.
you should check it out as well, rydell.com.
Yeah.
It's a big brand in the States.
Or
And
idea. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we did the entire responsive project for them. And
Did they have no mobile site before that?
yeah, it wasn't completely mobile. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. So here's a question moving away from the tactical side of things. Where do you think a lot of retailers could benefit in terms of their strategy for the next year or 2 years? Where do you think a lot of focus should be? Where do you see the industry, the platform going, and how can retailers be the first on that?
No,
Those
definitely
trends.
right. I think a big emphasis is on the customer experience, right? So what kind of customer experience they get in terms of not just the platform, the in-store experience and everything. So everything kind of works together. It's not just, okay, I do this and I keep quiet. It doesn't work like that. So I think a lot of retailers are not beginning, I think they already have invested a lot in the CX space in terms of the customer experience. Okay, what is the brand experience you get when you work with me? And retailers definitely need to continue investing on that aspect of it, and the commerce piece as well, right? So it's just not, okay, not Amazon or eBay or whatever. You have your own brand as well, and just make it easy for the customer. Okay, make sure your return process is easy. I don't really have to deal with it. Just building the trust, yeah. Yeah, I think Gab, I think I don't hear you actually. So
You guys write a lot of technical subjects on the blog as well. Where can people find that, and what should they do there?
No, definitely. Actually, I'm very proud of the team we have. In our team, we have more than 25 certified Magento devs. This is
Wow,
one of the most diverse teams in the Magento community.
I can
So
imagine.
extremely proud of them. And actually, the every time we have a problem that gets converted to a blog, so that
Nice.
other people also can
Benefit.
benefit and from the blog and things like that. So you should definitely check it out. dccap.com/blog. So
Okay.
that's our technical blog, and you'll definitely find a lot of information on some of the stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, for those who don't know the spelling, that's DC and cap with a K, ap.com. And there's a great newsletter for especially those of you who are developers, want to keep up to date with the latest tips, solutions to problems, bugs you may come across, how to make sure that your own merchants are loading quickly, that they're providing that customer experience that Kartik was telling us about, and really essentially make your own customers happy. So Kartik, thank you very much for your time. And guys, thanks for listening. So it's Gab Goldenberg from conversionrateoptimization.co with Kartik Chindambaran from dccap.com. Take
Thank you,
care.
Gab. It's a pleasure talking to you, and thanks a lot for this interview. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure thing.